Plucked her eyebrows on the way, shaved her legs, and then he was a she. She says, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side." All right. That's our topic today, boomers. Walking on the wild side and even hiking, and how it can improve the quality of our very lives. This is the Boomer Island Podcast. Welcome ashore, friends. Well, hello, boomers. Thanks for joining me today on Boomer Island. I do appreciate you. I thank you very much. And I hope you're feeling healthy and happy. Truly do. All right, topic today is walking and hiking. And I opened up there with a little rendition of Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed, which you probably didn't pick up on that because it wasn't very good. But anyhow, there you have it. I want to go into a little bit about my journey down the old hiking trail and how I ended up promoting it here today. When I grew up, I was never a hiker. Growing up at 6, 7, 8 years old, I never even thought of hiking. I don't even know if I knew what hiking was. Playgrounds were in my orbit. And really, if you look at the playgrounds that we played on back then, boomers, they were like chamber of horrors by today's standards, right? Remember these things on the playgrounds? We had those swing sets with those rubber seats that were hanging from chains. We had the monkey bars hanging upside down on them, climbing around, getting in all kinds of weird positions. And then those metal slides, remember those? You climb up the ladder and go screeching down. In the summer, they were like scalding hot. And like, burn yourself, good Lord. And then we had those merry-go-rounds. Remember those things spinning around? And they were never level. So you'd never dare get your feet or your arms, underneath the thing. Otherwise, they'd get mangled. And if you weren't careful, you just get slingshotted off of the thing. Good times. And let's see what else. We had the teeter-totters. Those were always good. One of your friends would wait till you're up top, then he'd jump off and you go crashing down onto the asphalt. The old shot to the buttocks. And then we played hopscotch. That was fun. Good game. Hopping and scotching around. And tetherball. Loved tetherball. I used to be the king of the tetherball court. At least I thought I was. I thought I was a little stud, just whipping that ball around the pole on that string. And then, of course, what else? Foursquare, that was a good game. Or dodgeball. Dodgeball was a lot of fun. Whew, that was good stuff. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And then from there, I don't know about you guys, but we started playing sports. It was all about sports. We had Little League Baseball. Where I was from, they called it Bantam League. Basketball at the Y, and that was called Gray Y for us little dudes. Then you had Pop Warner football. Some people played hockey or soccer. Maybe if you're really lucky, you got to ski or golf. But never hiked. Always sounded boring. A-hiking we will go, a-hiking we will go, hi-ho the derry-o. I mean, what does that even mean? Then, and I think it was about the 9th grade, I had an opportunity to go backpacking for 5 days, I think it was, in the Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming. Somewhere in the Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming, there lived a young boy named Boomer Island. Whoa. But yeah, that wasn't really hiking. That was full-on backpacking. We had a group, and we had chaperones and all that good stuff, and they gave us a list of things to put in our backpack. We had about 50 pounds of gear, with food, and we had tents. We had walking sticks. We were going over rivers, and it wasn't like a leisurely hike, but I did get a taste of nature and how intense and magical the mountains are. Really enjoyed that. These boots are made for walking. And that was kind of the last time I did anything like that. But then I moved to Montana for a couple of years when I was about 18 to 20. And we didn't go out hiking, but we would hike to places to go fishing or swimming. Or we did this thing called hot potting, where there's natural hot springs. You know, we'd go up there and party in these mineral springs. That was awesome. But it was never like, hey, man, let's all go take a hike. How about you guys? Were you hiking growing up? I don't know, man. It wasn't on my radar. And giant steps are what you take walking on the moon. And then decades passed, you know, without even a thought of hiking. Still playing sports, growing up, you know, maturing into the boomer that I've become. And never hiked at all, unless you count walking my dogs, I guess. And then we were walking from bar to bar. That was always a hike. Walk this way! All right, yeah, hey now. Then, as fate would have it, I was dating this fine lady. I was about 55, and she turned me on to hiking in the Southern California mountains. And I finally got it, you know. I'm kind of a slow learner, but went up there and hiked around and just saw the beauty and the wonderment of, is that a word? Wonderment, but just all the amazement of nature and just the enjoyment of being out there in the peace and all that it can give you. So I don't know where y'all come down on the idea of walking or hiking. You know, you're thinking, some of you might hike, but others you might be hiking. Hiking? Yeah, hiking, or at least walking. Because besides all the health bennies we get from it, you know, you build stronger muscles and bones, improves your heart health, helps your balance, and a lot more. But it's also great to build relationships. You know, you can go out and spend some quality time with people. You know, while you're on the trail, you just get to know each other better. But most of all, it helps our mind. That's right, boomers, that beautiful organ in our skulls, the most important part of our being. I'm walking on sunshine, woo-hoo. And the beauty of walking or hiking, it doesn't even matter how you approach it. You can just be one of those people with tunnel vision. You don't even notice anything. You're just getting your steps in. Or you can be all the way to the other end of the spectrum where you're that person that notices everything. You know, a beautiful hawk, red-tailed hawk flies over in the sky, and it just enthralls you with beauty. Or maybe you see a lizard on a rock and you trip out for a little while. You know, and there's all these trees and plants. You can look at these beautiful oak trees, perhaps, giving you shade, looking at wildflowers. You know, there's something for everyone. So I do highly recommend get out there and start walking. Start hiking, you know. And remember, though, safety first, especially if you're going to go deep into the woods or something. You should go with somebody, you know, just to make sure in case there's a little mishap, you got coverage. So, hey, babe, you do the walk of life. All right, then. Hey, now, I do apologize for all these bad renditions of these beautiful songs, but hey, I feel the music in me. And I want to close here with some inspirational quotes, you know, just in case I haven't convinced you enough. Here's some inspirational quotes you might just enjoy by some very inspiring people. The world reveals itself to those who travel on foot. That was by Werner Herzog. I don't think he's any relation to old Whitey Herzog. Because in the end, you won't remember the time you spent working in the office or mowing your lawn. Climb that goddamn mountain. That was by Kerouac. To walk in nature is to witness 1,000 miracles, says Mary Davis. Between every two pines there is a doorway to a new world, according to John Muir. When you have no companion, look to your walking stick. That's an Albanian proverb, all the way from Albania. All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking, by Friedrich Nietzsche. You know, the German philosopher, writer, poet. You guys might have read some of him. Walking is man's best medicine. And that was said by Hippocrates. That's the dude who made all the rules for medicine back in the day, and they got the Hippocratic Oath. And I'm sure you've heard of Henry David Thoreau. He said an early morning walk is a blessing for the whole day. And how about Confucius? Confucius say, walking is a man's best friend. I don't know, Confucius. Maybe you never had a dog. And then we got Stephen Wright. Everywhere is within walking distance if you have the time. And I love what Elizabeth von Arnim says. She says, walking is the perfect way of moving if you want to see into the life of things. Pepper Giardino is quoted as saying, walking is good for solving problems. It's like the feet are little psychiatrists. And G.M. Trevelyan says, I have two doctors, my left leg and my right leg. And of all the things Thomas Jefferson did, of course, he had something to say about walking. He says, walking is man's best exercise. Habituate yourself to walk very far. Yes, sir, Thomas. Gary Schneider says, walking is the great adventure, the first meditation. I like that. And some dude named Soren Kierkegaard, I hope I said that right, sounds like some Dutch fella or something, says, above all, do not lose your desire to walk. Every day I walk myself into a state of well-being and walk away from every illness. Walking is the best antidote to a bad mood, says Gretchen Reynolds. We're almost done here, boomers. Bear with me. There were so many of them I just fell in love with, so a couple more. The best remedy for a short temper is a long walk, says Jacqueline Schiff. Yeah, hey now. Why don't you take a long walk off a short pier? And last but not least, Ralph Waldo Emerson says, adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience. Well, all right. I hope you enjoyed that, Boomer. I hope this motivates you to get out there and walk. Just walk around the block or hike. Get out there in nature. Feel the love. And we got a song of the day today by the wonderful Mr. Bruce Springsteen called Walk Like a Man. And be sure to listen along while reading the lyrics because it's a keeper. All right, at least in my estimation. So I hope you enjoyed this today, Boomers. I truly appreciate you listening to me and being with me here. And as always, go out there and really spread it and enjoy it. And I'm talking about peace and love. I'm going to go for a little walk. See ya.